Hello, this is Mr. Huff, and let's talk a little bit about problem statements. This is editing and writing. It's what you learn to do in English, and it's hard work to do it well. Let's take a look at some example problem statements. This one, it includes a lot of information. It's too long. The authors of this presentation should have spent a little more time editing this down to be more direct. So there's a lot of repetition and it's kind of overly wordy. So this is more like what I would expect to see on a first or second draft, not a final presentation. Okay, so this is too much. Let's look at this one. This is about the right length, but when you use like words like a majority of students, it's much better to include some numbers that are specific and that you have some reference for that. So this one, a statement like this, it's a little bit vague on some of the details, indicates to me that we didn't spend enough time on justification. So, but as far as the length of this, I like this length. And as far as the content, let's take a second to look at it. A majority of students and teachers in secondary problem-based learning classrooms are using furniture designed for traditional pedagogical methods. Modern classrooms need furniture designed specifically for multimodal, student-centered instructional strategies. So they do a good job of outlining the problem. It's a little vague on how big the problem is. And this was a really cool project. So it's talking about first responders that were responding to the disasters after hurricanes hit, and there are deaths related to electrocutions. And their solution was to make a shovel that could sense the presence of alternating currents, and it would warn the person digging that, hey, you're getting close to something that you don't want to dig into. So but you can look at this. They've got like this 5% of indirect deaths and talking about first responders and when it happens and that sort of thing. So this is a pretty solid problem statement. This is about the right length. This one is really well done. 60% of households in the United States have a gas grill. There are 1,600 gas grill related grease fires annually, resulting in approximately 3,500 serious injuries and $24 million in property damage. This is a really well-established problem, and it's hitting all the marks. It's the right length. It has some really well-supported specifics, and even a cost value. Again, this one is about the right length, and it really narrows down to the problem that they want to address. And this is indoor hyperthermia in elderly adults. This one led to a really cool project where they had a fishing system attached to a wheelchair, and it was actually built for one of the teacher's family members, where that they could go and fish even though they were in a wheelchair, and it solved a lot of problems that the person had as far as like being able to get it to cast and everything. So it was a really neat project. But as far as this problem statement, this is about the right length. So when you're editing your problem statements, think about, are these words redundant? Can I say this in a shorter and more clear way? Do I have an appropriate amount of specifics supporting my problem? That's really what we're after. So I want to see not this, too wordy, too lengthy, doesn't get to the point, rambles around a little bit. I would much rather see something like this or this. All right. Hopefully that's a little bit clearer, give you something to work with. Good luck.